that kind of killed my dream of becoming a pilot. But I'm still a pilot because I fly drones, so I still hold the Titan pilot. I can fly a drone, so I could easily make more money, I could make a lot of money. But then now, knowing what I know, the devil is in the details. Some of the details is there. What do they say? The devil's in the details.
Yeah.
Yes. So while I was covering that, I met Boniface Mwangi. He was a photographer at Standard newspaper, and we became friends.
What type was your first camera, and how much did it cost?
My first one, I bought a second-hand from someone whom I'm sure also must have bought it from someone else, but now it was mine. My photographer father, Boniface Mwangi, he was just a photographer. He's now presidential candidate.
Yes.
Who saw that coming? COVID pushed me to a reality that I was running away from.
Yeah.
You pray that the next day will be better. And I remember I told God, one of my prayers was, if this thing doesn't work, if I'm still struggling, sustain the studio, then by 1st of June, because my birthday is on 31st May, I'll shut down the office.
Can we say those are one of your lowest moments in life?
No, I think it was a blessing in disguise.
He's a professional photographer, he's a farmer and a videographer. Now today we brought him so that he gives us his lessons, skills, challenges, experiences. And at the end of our session, I believe you will gather and have a lot of information about Peter Cacah's journey. Peter Cacah, welcome to Sango Insights.
Thank you very much.
Where were you born? Where are you from? Tell us more about yourself, Peter.
I was born in Nairobi.
Yes.
Raised in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Lived all my life in Nairobi.
Yeah.
But I recently relocated to Kibwezi.
Kibwezi.
Yes.
So you're a born town.
I'm a born town.
Where did you attend your primary school, your secondary school?
I did my primary till class 7 in Zimmerman.
Yeah.
A school called Resambo Primary. Then my class 8, I did it in Lukenya Academy, and then high school, I did it in, I went to Lenana School. Changes.
Were you a performer in terms of studies, academical studies? Were you an average student, or were you below average? People are blessed in different aspects or in different fields. There are those who excel in sports, there are those who excel in music, there are those who excel in academics. Which category were you?
Education-wise, I was above average.
Yes.
Then I'll be good if I put more effort. But most times I never did. So I stayed below, above average.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure if I put more effort, I'll have been a straight A student.
Who's your biggest supporter in your education journey? Who used to push you a lot so that you maintain, you perform extra, or you maintain the status quo?
Both of my parents.
Yeah. Are they alive?
No, we lost our dad, but my mom is still there.
Yeah.
And they're both academicians. So education was our language at home.
Did you have any idea the person you want to become when you are a student? Did you have in mind that one day I'm going to become maybe a photographer, maybe a pilot, maybe a teacher, maybe a doctor?
Yes, I had different dreams.
Yeah.
I think tier 1 dream was to be a pilot. I failed to go to Mangu High by about 3 points. So that kind of killed my dream.
Yeah.
But of becoming a pilot. But I'm still a pilot because I fly drones.
Yeah.
So still all the Titan pilots. I
Yeah.
can fly a drone, so
Yeah.
either way I'm a pilot. So when that kind of died in high school, I wanted to do fine arts because I used to draw and paint. But someone advised me to do technical drawing, which is called drawing and design, so that maybe I could become an architect or something, because they thought architecture could pay more. So that's what I did. But then after high school, I followed my passion for drawing, but I ended up in a college where we were doing a British system of design, art and design. So I became a graphic designer. I did graphic design for a few years, and that's how I started my journey of working. I started working as a graphic designer.
And a lay person who is watching our show, who wants to know more about graphic design, or can you define for him in simple terms what is that?
Graphic design is what people are doing nowadays with phones.
Yeah.
Creating posters,
Yeah.
logos.
Yeah.
Back then you could not do it. Actually, people used to draw logos, but I was among the first few people who started doing it on a computer. So we had those packages, Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw or something. So we were the first people, and it was very marketable then. So I did that for a while, and I followed, and then I realized I could do more than that, because after that I had a passion. Part of graphic design, we have a package where you do photography, so you can combine photos and words to create like a post and all that. So when we were doing the photography bit, I used to love the camera a lot. So I never thought, when growing up I knew camera people are poor people, guys who used to ride bicycles in the estates, take photos. You wait for like 2 weeks for them to develop their photos and all that. So when I was doing graphic design, I realized they are digital. That's when they were coming up, digital cameras, and I loved it because now I could manipulate the images on a computer and come up with a design.
Was it the first job that earned you money, graphic design, or you have another job that earned you money when you are done with your studies?
Graphic design earned me my first money.
Yeah.
Because on my graduation day, I got an investor who came and looked at what we had displayed as students, and he loved my work, and they picked me up to do a book design, a book layout, and I got a lot of money. So I realized I could make money from graphic design. But then what I didn't know is that such clients, because it was a contractual job, just for like a month or two.
Yeah.
But I was quite young. I was maybe 20, 21. But then they paid me over 200,000, and I was still living. I think I just moved out from my parents' house. So before I would get small money to do designs of logos, business cards, and all that. But then this one client gave me over 200,000. So that's when I decided I'll never be employed ever, because if I can make 200 on my own.
Yeah.
So in my head I knew I'll be getting maybe 2 or 3 clients per month.
Yeah.
But the world was not kind to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't tell me it is once in a year or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Earning 200,000 when you were 21 years old
Yeah.
is a monumental thing.
Yes.
How did you feel when that, was it cash or check?
It's a long story. Eventually it was a check,
Yeah.
but it didn't come out as fast as I thought. But so I got it in bits.
Yeah, but there is a time it entered in your
Yes.
bank as a whole sum.
Yes.
How did you feel at 21 years old when you're having that wholesome amount of money? And what has it changed in your life at that particular moment?
I just moved out
Yeah.
from my parents' home.
Yeah.
I was living in a house, but it was quite empty. So I used that money to furnish the house
Yeah.
and then also to survive, because after that I never got such a job. What I used to get now was small jobs where I'll do logos, posters. Then you get paid 5,000, 10,000. Yeah, but at least you're coming in.
Still, it was good amount of money back then.
Yes, it was a good amount of money.
When was that? The period?
Probably 2,500 to 6.
10,000, 5,000, 2,500 to 6 was a good amount of money.
Yeah.
That was when we were sane as a country, but now we are insane because of our debt levels and because of a lot of things, inflation, everything. But
Yes.
that time, the debt level were very manageable and things were cool.
Yeah.
So why were you struggle at that particular time? I think your work was good and a client had approached you for 200,000. Did he not give you any referrals, he or she? Why were you struggling at that particular moment?
Actually, if I knew what I know right now, it would have been more than 500,000 for that work.
Yeah.
Because whoever hired me was also hired by the main client. So they just said, this is our budget. So definitely they made some money from my money. Yeah. So if I maybe worked with the client directly, I would have negotiated for more. But you see, I was young. It was my first time, And then he approached me on my graduation day. So I took the offer. Yeah.
Do you have any regrets? Do you have any bad feelings because of that?
No. Actually, I got the exposure. I learned quite a lot, even to work with people, to work on deadlines, to ask for your money,
Yeah.
how to, because I remember the person who hired me never paid me a single cent, even when I was almost done with the work. So I don't know if I was wise or foolish, but he bought a new computer to do that particular job. So the only thing which was in that computer was that work, and I was the only one who was accessing the computer. So after I tried asking them for some money, even for transport and all that, they didn't give me. I decided to buy a flash disk, save all the work in that flash disk, and stayed at home. So when they realized I was not showing up, they decided to, maybe transfer the work to someone else. But then they found the computer was empty.
Oh.
So that's when I was able to negotiate with them, and they released some money. Yes. So what I didn't know as a young man is that for such a job, maybe you need a down payment or something. You don't just start working, because this person was paid, and then part of the down payment they bought, because they got a new office. So I'm sure they paid a lot of things, bought computers and all that, and didn't think it was necessary to pay me some money.
I think you went through that process and you used your mind, or you used tricks to get that amount of money. What is your advice to a 21 years old now, doing the same job you were doing back then and then he ends up with these kind of people who are hoodwinking, these kind of people who are nefarious in nature, who are not willing to pay the prices of these young men. What is your advice?
It's not even a young person.
Yeah.
Any person who is in business.
Yeah.
First of all, do a background check on a client.
Yeah.
And if it's something very new, you've never done it.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people who've done it before.
Yeah.
So look for them. They can advise you on how to approach such a client. But most times you think it's a deal, so you don't want to talk about it. You want to shock people with money, but then you end up being shocked yourself with no money. Yeah.
Were you possessing some financial literacy at that particular point?
No.
You didn't know anything to do with financial literacy?
Nothing.
And how did that affect you during those times as Peter?
I think there was so much excitement.
Yeah.
In the sense, it's my first actual job, and not a monthly job. I think the excitement was, I don't need to be employed to earn, because if I was to be paid then on a monthly basis, I'll go for 60 to 80,000. But then you see, this is something that I'm getting over. I think it was 220, and I'm getting it in less than 1 month. Then I don't have to be there between 8 and 5. I'm not answerable to any boss or something. So I think the excitement which made me not see the red flags was the fact that I could easily make more money. I could make a lot of money. But then now, knowing what I know, the devil is in the details. Some of the details is in there. What do they say? The devil's in the details.
Yeah,
Yes.
How do you sometimes ruminate how your life could go, or how you could shape your life if maybe you are employed and you had a job opportunity and you went to 9 to 5? How will it change yourself today or your life?
I think I'm not structured to do an 8 to 5, because I don't like repeating the same thing over and over. Actually, I don't eat the same food every day.
So you're a dynamic person?
Yes. So putting me in an office 8 to 5, I feel like you're containing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're suffocating me. I've been interviewed once, and I left before the interview was over.
Why?
Because I was broke. It was after that big job, months after it.
Yeah.
I was broke, and then I had a few clients who gave me some work, but they were not paying me on time.
Yeah.
So I decided, let me try this 8 to 5. So I applied for an interview. For a job, I got an interview. I was given work to do as a brief. But then when I got into the office, it was too quiet. People looked very civilized for me. And then while I was working on it, I got a message, an SMS from a client who had my 7,000. And he texted me, he told me he's in Nairobi, he's in town, the CBD, in a particular hotel. Then I should go and collect my money. Back then, there was no M-Pesa. So that 7,000 motivated me. I asked those guys, and when I was getting into the interview place, I saw the gents and the lift were next to each other.
Yeah.
So I asked them, why the gents? Told me just next to the lift. So when I walked out, I just pressed the lift and I went. After 30 minutes, they called me asking me if I'm okay. I said, actually, it's never that serious. And that's how I left. I've never applied for a job ever since.
So you left those guys and you collected the 7,000 bob.
Yes.
And how was life after that? How did you survive after the money?
I realized the power of small money. You remember the 200k. It it made me think that I'm worth that every other time. But then I didn't know it's a once in a time, opportunity. So I started appreciating the 5,000s, the 10,000s, which were coming now a lot. So I needed to multiply the 5,000s or find a way of making more money. So in the process, I started printing, because initially I used to just design and give a client the design. They go look for a printer and they do the job.
Yeah.
But then now I had to readjust and find the printers myself and give a client a finished job.
Yeah.
So that will make more money, close to that 200,000. Because if you want them in bulk and my profit is 10 bob and you want 2,000 pieces, I'm making more money from printing than from design. Yeah.
You became a professional photographer afterwards.
Yes.
Can you tell us your journey as being a professional photographer? What kind of people you work with, your experiences, your lowest moments, your highest moments? Tell us about that particular journey.
Okay. Photography for me was something that I loved from way before. If you look at our family photos at home, I miss in most of them because I was a person behind the camera. So, but what I didn't know was the business aspect of it. So, after having difficulties with the clients who were doing, who I was working for in terms of graphic design, I found another client who wanted me to design for him. He was a manager of many musicians in Nairobi. So he used to, and back then people used to do CD covers, album covers and posters. So he'll bring me pictures of the artist and then ask me to design. So sometimes he'll bring me a photo which is on landscape, but he wants a portrait design. So that hindered me. So I decided to purchase a camera. And then I asked him, ask these artists especially, because I used to work with a lot of artists, to come and take photos of them. It wasn't professionally, but it was what I wanted. Then I could be able to edit a bit. So I started that way. And then while at it, same guy opened a new magazine. So it was a version of the blogs that we have today. So it was a magazine talking about media people and what's happening in the media space. So because he knew I had a camera, he'll send me to take pictures at a particular media event to be used on the next issue. So while I was covering that, I met Boniface Mwangi. He was a photographer at Standard newspaper, and we became friends. And then I learned that he's surviving on photography alone. So we started talking, and in 2007 we teamed up because he had links to politicians, and he'll go take campaign photos of politicians, bring me the pictures, I'll do the design, and we print, and we made some good money. So that's why now I got really interested in photography. And then after the post-election violence, I saw what he had done and the impact of his work. Then I got more interested in this photography thing. So I bought another camera, but before I bought, I used to use his camera. So I practiced with his camera, and then we had a studio where now, when Boni was in Standard, I'll be the resident photographer. the studio. So slowly I picked up the art and made photography a full profession and dropped the graphic design. Yes. So that's how I started my journey as a photographer.
What type was your first camera and how much did it cost?
Back then, we could not afford a new camera in Kenya. It was so difficult getting a digital camera, a good camera in Kenya. So we'll wait for people who are going. You either buy a second hand from someone in Kenya, or you wait for someone who's going to the US. There's a particular shop, I can't remember its name, but we used to look at the prices online, and then if someone is going to the US, you give them money. So I think my first one, I bought a second hand from someone whom I'm sure also must have bought it from someone else, but now it was mine. So at the value, I think I spent about 40,000, but I think on the internet a new one was going for almost 200k. Yeah.
And what were some of the challenges you faced as a photographer, Peter Cacah?
The challenges, one is to do how to make money.
Yeah.
Now that you've bought a camera,
Yeah.
what's next? How can I make money from it?
Yeah.
So I needed to learn how to make money.
Mm.
I also needed to learn how to make my skill different from someone else.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges. And then you see, photography is wide in terms of you can do studio, you can do weddings, you can do events, you can concentrate on baby photography. There's so much. So it's for me to understand the niche. Which particular style am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
What was comfortable? What was less in terms of spending, and to get more returns, Yeah, so finding an identity was a challenge also. Yeah.
You also covered weddings, you also covered political events. Which gig paid you the most between the weddings, the political events, other events, maybe celebs and everything? Which one did you see that this gig is bringing some monumental cash?
Okay, it's a very difficult answer to give, because there are moments where sometimes you might get a good wedding, they'll pay you a lot of money, and the ceremony is so small, so simple. Or you might get a big gig, But I think my biggest turnaround, or something that I did and felt, okay, I did it for... No, it wasn't money motivation. But what shocked me is that I actually had undervalued my quotation. I got a call to cover the Champions League Cup when it was in Kenya. That was in 2012. So someone called me and they asked me to send a quotation to move with the Champions League Cup when it's going to meet VIPs in Kenya. So they'll go. We started in Mombasa or something. So I sent a quotation. It was like a 2-day job. I sent a quotation of about 300k. And then the client called me and asked me, "Boss, is this your best?" I said, "Yes." I said, "But you can negotiate." I said, No. "Don't you have problems? Do you understand what you're doing?" I said, "Yes, I do." "Do you know Champions League Cup?" "Yes."
Yeah.
"Do you know who are the sponsors?" I didn't know. But I said, "Yes." He told me, "Do you know Heineken?" "Yes." So those are the guys who are paying you. What is 300,000? I said, I can go low. I said, no. Do you have a plot in Nairobi? No. Do you have a car? I didn't have a car then. No. Do you have dreams? Do you want to buy something big? Yes. Send me a serious quotation. So I had to ask him, how much will I quote? He told me, just don't go above 1.5. I could not believe it. So
Seems he was a good person.
yeah, and he told me, that's your money, that's not my money. I've also been paid. So I
To look
understand.
for you. He was being paid to look for you.
They were the ones managing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had made their own money. So I said, because you're my friend, just do it.
Oh, you are his friend.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
We were friends. We had worked together on adverts. I shot for him a few adverts before.
But friends like that are so rare.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I sent I think 1.45. I got the job. I did the job in Mombasa and Nairobi, and then he wanted me to do a major thing. I think immediately after that it was going to pay me about 6 million. But now the thing I was telling you, you ask people who've been there before, so that I didn't want to make the same mistake I made with graphic design.
Yeah.
So I asked for advice from someone who I know you had done such kind of an event.
Yeah.
He told me, boss, don't touch it. Take your 1.45, go home. That 6 million, it's not yours. He told me, you'll touch that money, 3/4 of it you'll pay it in a hospital
Why?
because of the pressure.
Yeah.
Say those guys, that job was demanding, it was too much. So I said, once you sign the contract, that's the moment your pressure begins until it's over. So they might not even pay you if you don't deliver. So you'll be minus 6 million. Said, just take your money, 1.4, that is what belonged to you. Let them find someone else to do it. At least I took the advice.
What unique thing did you do that made you being seen and being looked upon by these major companies?
I think one thing which has come out, because I normally ask clients why they chose me or why they rejected me. If I send if a client will call me for a quotation and then they don't pick me up, I always go back and ask them, why did you pick someone else and not me? Or if they pick me and I'm sure I'm the one doing the work, so when you are done, I'll either ask them, because I normally ask for recommendation letters.
Yeah.
So one thing is that I came to realize, being a service industry,
Yeah.
your skill alone cannot keep you in business,
Yeah.
but a relationship with clients can take you further. Some people will want to work with you because they like you. Maybe they like how you carry yourself. They like what you say. They like how you view your perception about life. It's not really about what cameras you have or what skill you have. So it is how you interact with people. Yeah, I think that has also played a major role.
So you mean your personality also matters
Yes,
when
your
you're
personality.
conducting a business with
Yes.
someone?
Yes, because I know of serious photographers, people I look up to even today, but most times they are jobless.
Because the way they carry themselves,
Yes, their attitude.
their attitude and
Yeah,
everything.
they want to be treated like kings and all that. Yeah, so the way your personality will either make you or break you.
So you mean us down to earth people will get a lot of gigs?
Yes. Don't feel so down for long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about your transition. You became a photographer, and then a videographer, and then a professional photographer. And then did you indulged something to do with humanitarian.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I'm still in humanitarian work.
Yeah. And what did you what do you do?
I stopped studio photography
Yeah.
during COVID.
Yeah.
And then I got more into documentary space to work with NGOs. Yeah, but
Did you stop your journey of photography and videographing because it was affected by COVID, or you thought it was time to maybe venture in other businesses?
Okay, COVID pushed me to a reality that I was running away from.
Yeah.
In this sense, I used to have a studio in the CBD.
Yeah.
And that year when COVID checked in, I remember one of my prayers, as you start the year, you pray that the next year will be better. And I remember I told God, one of my prayers was, if this thing doesn't work, if I'm still struggling sustain the studio, then by 1st of June, because my birthday is on 31st May, I'll shut down the office. And then 1st June I'll do something. So I gave myself 5 months to work on, to do everything possible, and even to take those low jobs, So I started, but then COVID checked in.
Yeah.
So when COVID checked in, it forced everyone to stay at home. It forced everyone to stay at
Quarantine.
home. Yes, quarantine. Because I remember I was in Garissa.
Yeah.
The first quarantine I was in Garissa. So I stayed there for a couple of days.
You were doing what in Garissa?
I was doing hotel photography.
Which hotel?
Palms Oasis, formerly Almond.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest hotels in Garissa.
Yeah, so I've done their photography for a long time when it started. So I just doing some photography. Then we were quarantined, but thank God I was in a hotel. So food and accommodation sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I managed to come back to Nairobi, I could only stay in the house. So that means my studio, I tried to negotiate with my landlord so that we go Dutch 50-50, but they refused. So I sat back and said, anyway, now this is a reality. Maybe, and you remember that time people were dying. No one was surviving. So I said, I don't need to die from COVID or this thing, and the rent and all that. So I said, my work is done. And I said, God, I told you in January, I'll try everything possible to sustain this studio.
Yeah.
But you see, I can't control COVID.
Yeah.
So I can't sustain it.
Yeah.
So by 31st of May, I left.
Shuttered down all the doors.
Yeah, so that's when I
said bye-bye to your landlords and landladies.
Yeah. And then now,
Can we say those are one of your lowest moments in life?
No, I think it was a blessing in disguise.
How?
Because immediately after that, I got a client who called me from Nigeria. Nigeria.
Lagos.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was up call. I could not even understand. It was full of the accent.
The Ogas and
yes,
Broda.
But she kept on mentioning my name, and she said she was referred to me by a friend of a friend, I think, and I could not remember. All I did was, yes, if it is work, yes, you are referred to the right person.
Boka ni mboka.
Yes. Yeah. So I said, if you're talking about work, yes, I know that person. And in my mind, I didn't know. So she said she's heard I'm a good photographer.
Yeah.
I'm and they are such an African organization, and they're looking. It's going to be based in Nairobi.
Yeah.
The head office will be in Nairobi, but they'll be working in many African countries. So they want to create a website, and they're looking for images of real people. They don't want to buy stock photography and all that. So they asked me if I could do it for them. I said yes. So she sent me a long brief. I could not even understand it myself. I had to look for someone to interpret it. So I told someone, assume this is brief which has landed on your office. Quote, I'll just change your logo and put my logo. So the person quoted, and I sent it. Just changed the logos and sent it the way it was. Then I said, if I get it, good. If I don't get it, it wasn't meant to be. So after a while, they called me again. They said, yeah, we've seen your quotation. We think it's okay. Now what you need to do is, why do you need X by X was this person, remember, I'm not the one who created the quotation. So
on the details in it.
Yes, so the person had factor police, like 3 or 4 police security, because it was during COVID, and if you're going to shoot outside, and the government said the people should not stay together, then you need someone who can control the crowd, So they said, can you just knock? Maybe you need 1 police, maybe you need. So the whole thing was, the discount they needed was less than 50,000.
And you quoted how much?
The thing was about $12,000.
Yes.
So I was like, oh.
But I didn't know photography has a lot of money.
It has. If you position yourself well,
yeah,
it has good money. Actually, there's no job without money.
It's all about how you position yourself.
Yeah. How you market yourself.
How you market yourself.
How you relate to others.
And how you pitch your business to others.
Yeah. So I did that work.
Yeah.
And they paid. Actually, they paid me by force. They forced me to send my bank details. I was so broke. I have a USD account. So that organization is being funded from the US.
Yeah.
So I also got a call from the US at night, because it was morning there, and they said they're going to wire the money and all that. I could not believe it. So after 2 days, I went to my bank. And I told the teller, I want to withdraw some money. But I think the guy was just laughing, because hey, you guys, it's been a long time since you deposited something. But then, when I told him not the Kenya shillings, the USD. So he said, no. Now you know the rule, in Kenya, you can't. You have to say your source. For more than 1 million shilling, you have to say your source. So again, I had to show the contract and all that. Then they deposited some. They gave me I withdrew $1,000. Went to City Market, converted it into Kenya shillings, and brought it back to the same bank and put it in my Kenya shillings account. I could not believe it. So that's what I'm saying. It was a blessing in disguise, because if I stuck to my studio, which was not giving me that 100,000, I withdrew at 100,000 just to confirm it's working, it's real. So yeah, COVID for me, it was kind of a blessing in disguise. I got it, I survived it, life moved on.
Oh, that is a profound story. and I believe a lot of business people are being fascinated by that particular story. You were a photographer, a videographer, a professional photographer, a humanitarian person, and then what transition did you underpass to go to farming?
Farming.
And why farming?
Farming also came by chance
Yeah,
through photography.
yeah,
In 2026, I fell sick. 2016, sorry.
2016.
2016, I fell
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I fell sick,
yeah,
and it kind of threatened my life.
yeah,
So I said I needed to get into something that will give me money
Yeah.
without involving me per se.
yeah,
Because graphic design needs my hands and my brain. Photography needs my hands again. So I needed to find a way of making money without me being involved so much. So after
you wanted a passive income, passive.
Yes. So when I recovered, I think my first 2 jobs.
Yeah,
The first job was Churchill was rebranding, so he needed pictures, and I had been photographing him for quite a while.
Churchill.
Yes. So I did his work, but for him he pays after 30 days. So we agreed 30 days, and then immediately after that, a friend of mine, a friend of his, lost his grandmother. So they wanted a portrait photo to be used on the funeral, and while at it, they needed a photographer to cover the funeral in Meru. So I'd never done a funeral, especially commercially, So they asked me if I could do it.
Commercially, what do you? Were you doing it as a pro bono? Ma?
No, for a wedding, people have budgets.
Yeah,
So you can tell them, I'll charge you 100,000. They can negotiate,
yeah,
and then you can tell them you can pay in this long. A wedding is something that you see it coming, but for a funeral, it is something that you don't see it coming. So sometimes you don't have a budget. You want to work with the money at hand, and for me, work is work. So if you hire me as a photographer, I look at it professionally.
So you're not looking at the situation.
I didn't have a day rate for a funeral. So I asked this guy, I asked my friend who introduced me now to their friend, when they go for these funeral meetings, to tell me how much money they had set aside for the photography. So at that particular moment, I was so broke. But then they told me the amount of money that the family was willing to pay a photographer, and I took it. I took the job. So we went to Meru to do the funeral, and we slept there. And the following day, the gentleman who the grandmother died said, since we have a camera, why don't we go to the farm? I was going to invoice him for the second day, but since he had paid me the full amount of money without seeing one photo, that Sunday morning, because the funeral was on Saturday, and then Sunday morning when we were having breakfast, he gave me full cash without seeing anything, and then he said, we go to the farm. I said, because of that, I'll do it for free. So we went. So when we went there, in my mind, I was waiting to see cows. I was waiting to see maybe maize plantation, things, when normal things that you see in a farm. But then I saw houses, and then we got inside, and then we found pigs. So I asked the guy, why pigs? And why here? And he was kind enough to explain to me why pigs and how it easy to rear such animals and the challenges. So I asked him a lot of questions that day. And when we got to Nairobi, I went online, looked for more information on pig farming, and then realized this is a thing I was looking for to do. So I decided I'm going to be a pig farmer. So I went to Farmer's Choice. They gave me more information. They guided me on how to start. And I started. So I realized, for such, I just need to know, in case I'm sick again, when they give me an update, even if I don't have to go to the farm, then I'll know what's happening without me being there. Yeah, so that's how I became a pig farmer. And then now, when COVID came, apart from that job I was telling you, you see, the people who are permitted to move around are food suppliers. So by then, I'd started my...
And medical supplies, something like that.
By then, I'd started my farm, when COVID started.
Yeah.
I had started my farming in 2016, late 2016. But then I'd shut it just a few months to concentrate on photography. Then COVID happened. So I said, if this thing was still working, then it was about time I should have gone back to it and all that. So after I closed the studio, COVID ended, I decided to concentrate on it. So that's why I am doing a lot of it right now.
Mr. Peter Cacah, you have an amazing journey.
Mm-hmm.
You have told us all your entrepreneurship journey. For a person who is looking at this interview and who craves for inspiration from your story, what three messages do you have for that particular person?
3.
Yeah.
Number
Reflecting on your life journey.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
I think that's the first thing I'll ever tell someone. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Convince yourself you are doing it. After that, start. Whatever you believe, start. It doesn't matter how you start it. It doesn't matter when you start it or how you start it. But start. And number 3, never give up. Keep on. Despite the challenges, because they'll always be there. There are moments you'll feel like you've made the wrong move. Sometimes you'll actually make the wrong move. There are days you'll make a right move. Don't think anything is permanent. So the good days have their days. The bad days also have their days. So, but when you believe, start, and you don't give up, then you'll enjoy the journey.
Do you have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 20-year plans, you as an individual?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I want to, by moving to Kibwezi,
Yeah.
and by scaling up my farming, I came to realize that there are many opportunities, not for myself, but even for other people. And I can use my skill and knowledge and experience to teach more upcoming farmers, photographers, videographers, any business person, or not any business person, anyone who wants to do business. So I'm looking at a time when I will create content, especially in where I come from, concerning what I'm doing. Because in Makueni, I'm among the first few pig farmers who are doing it large scale, And then, so it's possible. People never thought it was possible. It's possible. And then again, people don't believe. People still think that being a photographer, videographer, your chances of making it in life are minimal. But I think photographers.
What are some of misconceptions you need to debunk when it comes to photography and videography?
Basically, it's arts, not even
arts.
Design. Arts. As millennials, we were told you have to be a pilot for you to make it. You have to be a doctor. You have to be a lawyer. You have to be, Nowadays, I sit with them. I sit down with politicians. I sit down with doctors, and I might not be one, but my skill has taken me to where they are, and they're able to pay me what I ask for. So it doesn't matter who you are, but if you believe in yourself, you'll get there. I've seen a lot of photographers. For example, let me go back to even my photographer father, Boniface Mwangi. He was just a photographer. He's now presidential candidate.
Yes.
Who saw that coming?
Will you vote for him?
Of course.
Is it because you like his manifestos or you like him as an individual?
It's because we've journeyed together. I understand him.
You understand him?
Yes.
The highest seat, do you believe he can attain?
Now you've turned into a political show.
No.
I believe he
you
can.
Believe in him?
Yes.
Actually, that is your first lesson you give, that you need to believe in whatever cause you pursue.
Someone who has really helped me believe that is Boni. Boni will sell you gumboots in Garissa. You know how hot Garissa is?
Yeah.
And he'll tell you tomorrow it's going to rain. Buy.
Yeah.
And you'll buy. Because he believes in himself. I've seen Boni doing things that we thought he was crazy. But eventually he was right. He was right.
Yeah.
Boni told me you'll make a lot of money from photography. Boni showed me how to make money. Boni opened his network to me. Even that Garissa client, it is through Boni. Because the first time he went there as a photographer, he brought me the images. I designed the posters, the billboards for this guy. But then when he became busy, he convinced the client that I can do it. And actually I'm better than him because I'm a graphic designer and now a photographer. So I can take pictures with a design element at the back of the mind, So that's Boni. So Boni will invest in people. Boni believes in himself. So if he believes in you, the chances where... I think Boni is like... I don't know, I never interacted with him, but I hear people say that the late Raila Odinga, once he believed in you, that's it.
Yeah. So as we wrap up, you believe that a good friend can alter the direction of your life in a positive way. So you should consider the friends you are bringing closer to you. They can do a lot of...
Friendship is good.
Yeah.
I love making friends.
Yeah.
But friendship can also cost you a lot.
Bad companionship.
If you're not careful. It is not all friends that you tell everything. It is not all friends that you attend to their thing or follow everywhere they go. You can be my friend, but I love you from a distance. Or you can be my friend, I'll do anything for you. Yeah. So friends, because in my journey of both photography and farming, friends have played a huge part. especially positively, because if someone hears someone so and so is looking for a photographer, they'll always say they'll vote for me
Yeah.
and make sure that I get the job. So sometimes I get referrals. Like now the one I was telling you, I got a call from Nigeria. Till today I don't know who it was.
Yeah, he was a good friend.
Yes, but the client has remained to be my client till today.
Till today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is well said and done. Peter Cacah, we are very humbled, we are very privileged to host you today on our episode 7 of Sango Insight. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you again. Thank you for your time.